Face it, I'm going to be shirtless today. I'm out tanning, to an extent. Hello, my fellow Trekkies, and welcome to Trek Tuesday here on My Caffeinated Life. Today, I'm going to be talking about several things that we are doing now that will lead to Star Trek technologies in the future. Like, we've pretty much already got the pad. That's just the iPad or any sort of tablet device. They're about the same size, they do roughly the same functionality, and we can thank technically the little ebook readers for that. And we also have warp drive technology, and technically the theory behind that is already being worked on by NASA. So that's all good to go. There are other amenities of the Star Trek world, especially Next Generation and beyond, that people would like to have, such as food replicators. Anybody who watched Enterprise in the original series know that food replicators didn't necessarily exist. They had an onboard chef and a protein resequencer. However, at this point, a lot of us, at least here in America, and I would guess around the world, are really angry about GMOs, or as it should be called, genetically engineered organisms. The problem there is if we take those away, we start losing the science on how to properly understand how to recreate these things in a lab. We can do that. All we need to do is develop the transporter technology, and we've got food replicators, folks. To expand upon the food replicator thing, once we get the transporter technology and stuff, we can start working on medical technology. How many things can be fixed in our bodies based around replicator technology? A lot. We can re-knit bones together, but first we need to know how bones work and how they grow from very base constituent parts. We need stem cell research, folks. To research these things, we need to see how they grow so we can replicate the process. And to an extent, the transporter technology is we need to figure out how to work all that stuff with the bodies. We need to know all the constituent parts. We've got the particle accelerator at CERN. That's a good thing going. Our countries are losing so much in science toward, for military and other applications, Also, how are we supposed to get our warp drive going? We need a space program. Well, it's currently funded to sit back at drawing boards and big giant whiteboards around people's apartments. We're not actually going up there. We're sending up satellites every so often. The funny thing is, warp drive, if you read up on the history of Star Trek, came about not because of some generous nature. It was actually very selfish. It's because he wanted to make profit off of it. He wanted to make money. He said so in Star Trek First Contact. So he wanted to be rich. Well, basically he was a private investor, like Virgin Galactic and whatnot. That's who came up with our warp drive, but in the Star Trek universe. And he was basically the guy that lived out in the middle of the woods. You think that it's like, oh my God, all this stuff is evil and the war is going on. But no, San Francisco is still around. A lot of the cities were still intact. It's just that he was living out in the middle of nowhere. Hope this all is a bit of food for thought for all of you, that we currently have things going in our world, but they need to continue at some level of progress. I'm not going to say we need to have everything GEO'd, genetically engineered organisms. We don't need to but we shouldn't take them completely out. Anyways, so I will catch you all tomorrow. I'm going to keep walking back and forth this path because it gets a little bit of exercise and I get a little bit of sun. I mean, how many people are sitting here with ailments that could easily be fixed? It's like, dang, 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 dang. But how many things could be fixed